I don't mean just for an hour or so, but in some cases, for the duration of your trip. And when you do receive them, they might be the wrong bags altogether. For example, where's Chris? When Chris was being born, Mom and me and Bill flew out to California to be with Aunt Kathy to help her out. Which turned into like a week or two.
It's because of my big head. It took 2 days just for the head to come out.
But anyway, and natural style, my bag was lost. Everybody else down there, mine was lost. And so I was without my bag for about 3 days, and then finally they delivered it to the house. And I opened my bag, and I was like, great, I can finally get some clean clothes. And I pull out this bikini. And I was like, man, this is not even my size. What was this doing in my bag? Well, suffice it to say it wasn't my bag at all. Well, that's number 9. Number 8. You may be asked to join an elite anti-terrorist team, which must disavow all knowledge once you land. Shortly after September 11th, I had to fly out forward, and I was, I thought I would be nervous getting on the plane. I was just not going to let it bother me. When I got on the plane, I started looking around at everybody, and I'm not a prejudiced person. But I saw several people who were a little bit darker than I was, and from those Middle Eastern countries, and I got a little concerned. So as I was going up and down the aisles, interviewing everyone, saying, where are you from, where are you going, how long are you going to be there? People saw me doing this, And then I think what happened was I went to the cockpit and interviewed the pilots and the stewardesses. There was a girl sitting at the bulkhead across the way. She must have been all 14, she was a little thing. She was looking to me, and she looked over at me, she goes, you ready to throw down if we have to? So that's my answer. So number 7 reason why I'm not proud of me. You may be embarrassed when I get
love you, precious.
passengers in the mouth when I'm startled awake by turbulence. I was sitting in the center seat. I never sit in the center seat. I hate the center seat. I get sick in the center seat. But
louder, Jim.
Sitting in the center seat, and you know how when you're nodding off, you're like, well, that's how I was. And all of a sudden, we hit some turbulence, and my arms went up, and I hit these 2 guys in the mouth. Number 6. This recently happened. On the way here, actually. You may have to wait as I'm detained by the manager of Popeyes inside the airport, who mistakes me for one of her employees and commences yelling at me for about 5 to 10 minutes, because apparently I hadn't cooked the chicken. I hadn't eaten since I left Richmond, and I'm like, okay, I've never heard of Popeyes, but it's chicken, it's got the same, And so I go in there, I have my bag, and I'm on my 4-hour layover. And so I'm on my chicken strip, and I'm sitting there, there's this line of people just complaining and complaining. Finally, the manager comes out from behind the counter, and I was like, oh, great, they're just going to give me my service, And she comes out and gets about that close to my face and starts saying, where have you been? So that mix-up straightened up. No, I didn't. I was flying on Airstream. Now, number 5 reason, unless you guys are into this type of thing, marathon training is a necessity when traveling with me, because it's likely you'll have to run across the airport in order to make your connecting flight within the 10 minutes allotted for your connection. Number 4. Bill was with me on this experience. Now, granted, we were flying on value debt at the time. So you may experience your pilot being possessed by a World War II kamikaze as he takes the plane into a nosedive. However, on the bright side, you will get to see what those astronauts are raving about when they talk about weightlessness. Picture this, sorry. Bill and I are flying from, I think, Florida to Atlanta to Memphis, and we just took off from Florida, just hit our cruising altitude, and I'm nodding off, and all of a sudden I hear this woman start screaming the rosary in like Spanish or something. But I mean, she's got her thing, and she's just doing all that stuff. And we look out the window, and there's a plane on the same little pattern that we're on coming right at us. And all of a sudden our plane just goes down. And the lights start flickering off and all that stuff. Number 3. You get the thrill of taking an item-by-item inventory of what used to be in your suitcase as it comes down the conveyor belt at baggage claim. Coming home from school one day, and Mom's greeting me at the gate, we're all hugging and everything, you know, it's been a long time, glad to see you. And we're waiting at the baggage claim, and out of beside my eye, I see a shoe come down the conveyor belt. And then I see a belt come down the conveyor belt. And then I see the underwear come down the conveyor belt.
That's not odd.
And I said it as loudly as I could, man, whoever stuff that is, they're going to be really embarrassed. Number 2 reason why not to travel with me. You may have the heart-stopping experience of watching the entire wing of your plane crack and fall to the ground during de-icing, and then listen intently as the 12-year-old behind the desk tries to convince you, oh, we'll be it shortly and we'll be out soon. And on the way to Palm Springs, California for that wonderful Business of the Year award, I was in Lynchburg and it had been icing. It was November, I guess, when we went. And it had been icing, so I was flying this little bit plane, you know, because Lynchburg's airport is really small. We were going to go to Atlanta or Charlotte, then we were going to go on to LA. And so I'm watching them de-ice the plane. And I'm not kidding you, when the wing just fell to the ground off of the plane. All right. And the number 1 reason why it's not smart to travel with Jim is you probably will experience at least 1, if not 2, natural disasters when sitting on the runway. For example, once again, the wonderful Palm Springs experience. I had a good time there, just getting there was kind of crazy. We're sitting on the runway in LA, you know, I have 45 minutes to make it to that banquet. I gotta get the tux and everything, you know, what you got to do. And we're sitting on the runway in LA, and all of a sudden it's like, I just feel this bump, you know? Bump, we're not moving. What did we hit? And then all of a sudden the plane starts going, well, apparently there was an earthquake that was 3.8 on the Richter scale. I was freaking out. I was like, I'm from Virginia. I don't know what an earthquake is. What is going on? You know, can't we just take off?
Bump hard enough to get up in there.
So the moral of my story is, so when traveling, my advice you must seek. I urge you, make sure that you're not traveling the same week that I am.